Da 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 da. Oh shit, was that super loud? What's up? Oh my god, here we are. Are we? Are we here? Yes. We're finally I know I accidentally turned off the video instead of the song. Listen. 10 years on T. Can you believe it? Look how far we've come. Oh my gosh, I just can't stop looking at the chat right now. Thank you so much for all the kind words. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm checking on the stream, checking everything out. Oh my gosh, we have so much fun in store for today. We're here, we're queer. And I was going to say, hand me a beer, but I'm drinking coffee. So, cheers. Amazing. Look how far we've come. Bro, what? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Watching this at 2:04 a.m. Thank you for showing up. Ignore that. All right. Give us a story time. Oh, yes. We definitely have some stories in store for this evening. Your wife was vibing to those tunes. I know. I actually spent a long time picking the song for that. I was like, oh, this one's perfect. So I'm glad you liked it. Thank you. Can't wait to see where I'm at my 10-year mark. So exciting. I know. It feels unreal. Like when I started T, the year 2024 didn't sound like a real year. That's what someone put in in one of the comments to my announcement. They were like, I think they said they were 10 years is 2032. And they're like, that doesn't even sound like a real year. And I'm like, that's so true. But it is real, and here we are. Amazing. Watching from Texas, yeehaw. That's not too far. I'm in Arkansas. Bella Coffin's in the chat. Bella, I've made you a moderator. Don't make me regret it. Thinking about going on HRT very soon. Nice. Oh, Krusty's here. Krusty, I'm adding you as a moderator as well. My mom. Oh, Quentin was dancing to the music. How sweet, my little baby nephew. So many nice things. Christy says, what does that mean? That means that you can add blocked words and kick people out of the chat and stuff. My mom says it was one of my favorite days ever. That is nice, Mom. Thank you. Couldn't have done it without you. You know, let's put some background music on. Get some vibes going, huh? I like this. I gotta turn it down though. That's really loud in my headphones. Okay. What is the music to voice balance like on your end? So, while we're waiting on that answer, I will tell you some things, a little bit of stream info. First off, we have a surprise for me from Christy. I just did my tee shot and then saw that this was starting. Hell yeah. Sir, yeah, sorry. I was seeing something in chat. I'm not sure. There's a little bit of a strangeness that we're gonna have to keep an eye on, but we'll allow it for now. Krusty, what's up? Oh, okay. All right, here it is. She's got a surprise. Oh, you're gonna have to actually come on this side. There's a different song playing. She's made me a tin.
I'm so scared.
A cake of tin for the amount of years. And with this, 10 years on testosterone with this poster. Put that up a little bit. Can you believe? Check it out.
Really trying to show the cake and you're covering it?
See? Can you see? Isn't this so nice of her? This is 10 years on testosterone. The cake is the 10 years on testosterone. And then all these pictures of trans icons, including me. If this flag offends you, I'll help you pack. In this house, we stand for the flag. Blahaj, iconic trans characters. It's kind of hard to show anything to the camera because it's like flipped. So that's why it looks like that.
Merry birthday.
Yay!
Happy 10 years on TV.
Thank you. That's so special. Let's have some cake. You want to pull your chair up over here?
Yeah.
I love seeing love. Oh my God. Oh. Isn't this so nice? Perfect framing. Please don't let the cake fall. It was close, but we managed it. Crust, you're cute. Bella says you're cute.
Thank you. Sorry, I noticed you're blurry on my computer.
Oh, it's because I have to zoom way in because the aspect ratio. Yeah, I know it's a little blurry. That's okay. It's because the aspect ratio of my webcam is like a very long, weird square, so I have to zoom like really far in. So then
it was a smudge stick.
It was a smudge stick.
All right, I'll serve you up a piece of cake while you chat.
All right, you serve cake and I'll serve cunt. I didn't know the ant. Well,
Flip, right?
I didn't know the ant from A Bug's Life was. The music just gets, it's so intense. Was trans. Does anybody have the inside story? We're looking for the inside scoop on the ant from Bug's Life being trans, yes or no? I am putting it out into the universe. We're going to need a transvestigation ASAP on the ant from Bug's Life. This is huge news. Your wife is pretty. Hell yeah. Ooh, she's pretty.
Thank you. Here you go. It's the cake.
Is this the napkin you brought for us to use?
Yeah.
A snowflake, bro?
The pink one.
A snowflake?
It's fitting.
A snowflake?
It's fitting.
Wow, thanks. Look at this. It's got bloobs. It's got chocolate. Hope everyone's having a good day. You as well. Thank you. Oh, we've got someone who needs to be banned from the Mickey Mouse Club. Well, they let Bella know, so let's see if she's around, and if so, she can handle that. Time taking a hit for your 10 years. Hell yeah. Oh my god, yeah, there. I can get rid of this. Goodbye. You've been kicked out of the Mickey Mouse Fun Time Club for bad behavior. Alright. It's hard to top your wedding aesthetic, so everything else will be a tier down. Thank you. The wedding was really fucking cool. There must be a delay. I saw it just now. Yeah, it must have taken a second for me to get through it. Cheers.
Wait. It's so sticky. Cheers.
Mm-hmm. Hey, yo! We got a $10 super chat from Beyond. Thank you so much. Wow. All right. That's so kind. Appreciate you. Everyone says you're hot. They love you.
I am naked today.
She's got star quality. She's got that je ne sais quoi.
No. This tastes better than I was expecting.
It does.
Yeah.
She made this with egg substitute. The cake alone. Oh man. A little bit of a weird thing. But with icing, it's really good. What's up?
Aren't all the worker ants girls, thus Flip would be trans?
Oh, because Flip is a worker ant. We've got it. The transvestigation is complete. Trans bug life ant confirmed. Eat some cake for me too. I love cake. Hell yeah.
Yay. And it's all sugar free except for the blueberries. Got him.
That's right. It's sugar free. Thank you. Can you please humor us, Ty, and do the poem you used to do every 12 months? Absolutely. I will be for sure reading The Tiger. I think I'm going to read the whole thing. Unless it takes me a long time. I'll read some of it. Congrats on 10 years. I'm having top surgery next week and I'm so excited. Congratulations, Danny Nash. That is fucking dope. We love to see it. This is for you. I don't know if you could hear it, but it said wow. Jeez Louise! Jackie Sins with the $50 donation. That is just congratulations on the milestone, dude. I'm a trans woman, been on HRT for over a decade. We'd love to see it. Oh my gosh, that is just so much. That is so nice. Appreciate ya. Don't forget about the ladybug constantly getting misgendered throughout the movie. We're gonna have to watch Bug's Life and do a little trans investigation, trans dissection. You know, we'll have to take a look into that. Your gaming setup is cool. Thanks. I got the gamer mic. This mic is so bad though. Every time I use it, it's like. But it looks cool because it does that. He's a gamer. What's something that you didn't expect to happen to you on T? I think that I pretty much expected everything that happened. You know, I looked a lot into everything. I don't think there was any surprises. Except I wasn't sure about the beard because you never know how everything's gonna turn out. But like I wasn't getting my hopes up about the beard, but I got a full beard pretty early on into my transition. which I'm stoked about because like it's definitely become part of the look. Sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I have a beard. Like that's crazy that I even, because I used to never be able to have one and I never thought I would. Like, can you imagine if one day you had a beard?
No, I think about that all the time. Like, I have such a bare face. I can't imagine just having literal hair on my face. I can't even. It just sounds so like no big deal,
Sounds
but
fake, right?
like yeah,
Yeah.
it's just whole bottom of your face is covered in hair.
Yeah. I know, like a Sasquatch.
Do you like the cake?
I love this cake. Thank you so much, babe.
Welcome. I will leave you now.
And that's like a big donut. The O,
Yeah.
the 0. Thank you.
Yes. Alrighty.
All right.
You know
Thank you,
what?
sugar.
I'm gonna take one more piece. I had another one.
Sure, have as much as you'd like. It's gonna take me a while to get through this. Oh, Caden! Where's Caden? Someone responded, butt hair, bro. Exactly. The thing is that I always talk about the butt hair, and I think people are sick of it. But you're so right. You're right, and you should say it. The butt hair was a big one. Yo! Shiro Kami, thank you so much for $100 donation right now, dude. Let's go. That's so much. That is so much. Fuck. I just joined the stream, but do you believe it's worth all the struggle you must have faced to go on hormone therapy? I'm an AMAB questioning my gender. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. For me, it was, I would definitely do it again a million times over. It was an absolute game changer. But no, it wasn't easy. This is, sorry, there's a thing that came up on the stream that I'm not sure about. But yeah, thank you so much for the donation. And that is, that's insane. Congrats on the milestone, Ty. It's late as hell in Liverpool, so I can't stick around, but love your content. I'm using your exercise plan to get in shape so I can have top surgery this year. Yay, that's so exciting. How fun. Aw, thank you. It's not $100. I have a different currency, but still thank you for answering. Well, that's okay. I don't know the conversion rate, but that's very nice to donate, and I appreciate it. So nice. All right. As a cis guy, butt hair on paper is hot, but in practice it sucks. Yeah. It's a little annoying. It's annoying. Do you have any advice for coming out as trans to parents? Yeah. God, that's hard. I'd say you just got to get a feel for what the vibe is like and, you know, feel it out, try to get a pretty good idea of how they're going to react, and then sort of decide your strategy from there. I would talk to them individually. You know, that way it's a very personal, like, hey, I'm coming to you with this thing. Here's how I feel, like, you know, have a heart to heart about it. and good luck. Absolutely. So now I do have some topics, some discussion topics for the stream lined up that I wanted to talk about today, as we kind of go over everything. I think if every time I hear I'll make a man out of you. Aw, thank you. Yeah, I put that song in one of my videos. Appreciate. Aw, this is so nostalgic, so sweet. Getting top surgery in 2 months. Yay, what should I do to prepare my body? I think at this point, lots of just moisturize yourself, moisturize your chest. You definitely could be doing some workouts, some chest workouts, some push-ups and flies. I don't like the vibe of this music we have going. Let's try this one. But yeah, good luck. Krusty's here on the side. That's right. She's still in the room and she's still in the chat. Well, this is a lot. Okay. I like this vibe. This is nice. Definitely stay hydrated and start stretching. Quit smoking if that applies to you. Yeah, absolutely. Alright. Favorite Valentine video is hilarious as fuck and I watch it every year. Wow. That's so nice. It's a tradition. What's the vibe for chat? Any questions, any thoughts, any feelings? Support to others, look at everyone else's things if you want to, you know, have some conversating. That's the vibe. Vibe is chill. Vibe is fun. The vibe is vibing. Ooh, shit. Oh, I have to show y'all something else too. Check this out. I have this incredible Snorlax robe with this incredible just all around. Boom. Ooh, luxury. This was a Christmas gift from Luca, which was so sweet of him, who was on my last year's queer retreat. And he sent Christy and I Christmas gifts. Isn't that so nice? I got a commercial. Oh, yes. YouTube puts ads on the live stream in places. So I don't know if I have a way to see when they're happening or when they're coming up or if they're different for everyone. I really don't know how it works. But that is how that goes. The robe is awesome. Yes, it was so nice of him to get me this, and it's so comfy. It's so cute. All right. So the thing that I wanted to start, the topic I wanted to start off with, as you can see on the screen, starting tea. I figured I'd go over the process of starting tea and just talk about what that was like. Now, this was, you know what? Let's take the music down. Soothing synth noise. That sounds nice. No, that just sounds like sound. It just sounds like static, huh? Let's do jazz. We got to get the vibes right. I know I keep saying that, but it's so important. Well, that's a little different than what I was expecting. Sounds like we're on a plane. I know. It was like, it said soothing synth notes, and then it was just like, I wasn't personally feeling very soothed. You like jazz, chat? That's so true. Oh my god, so much. You like jazz? Did I say that for real though? Oh my gosh. Beautiful. So, the process of starting tea. What's going on? You transitioned? You grew that thick beard from nothing? Sorry, I'm new to this. That's right. That's right. All on my own. Feeling jazzy. Sorry, I can't get out of the chat because you guys are cracking me up. But I do want to talk about the process of starting tea. Okay. The music is actually too distracting. No matter how much I try to make it something calm and not distracting, it distracts me. So here it is. Let's talk about starting tea. I made some bullet points so that I would remember how it happened. So, I came out at 16 years old. And I just saw someone say Ty is the ultimate Chad, so I got to recognize that. Thank you so much, Michael Townsend. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I came out at 16. This was in 2013. And as I say a lot when I'm talking about my early transition, this was a time when nobody that I came out to even knew what trans meant. It was not a time when, it wasn't a very popular topic or well-known concept. I had to explain it to everyone that I came out to. So I came out in the summer of 2013, and I was 16, like I said. And the first step, because I knew I wanted to be on T, I'd done a lot of research. I'd been watching, videos about transitions and stuff for years before I actually accepted that I felt like I wanted to do that, and told anyone about it. So I came out to my mom and all my other family. But I was living with my mom at the time, and we signed up for a support group. But we lived out in the middle of nowhere, so we signed up. The closest LGBT equality center where the support group was like an hour and a half away. So my mom used to take me, and she'd drive me over there every week. And it was an hour and a half, so we'd drive 3 hours every Wednesday to go to the support group. It was very sweet of her. And I remember going there for the first time, and I knew how I felt, but I think something that pretty much everyone experiences because, dysphoria and being trans when you're first starting the process, there's nobody that's like, you don't get a letter in the mail like you've been accepted into fucking being transgender. Like you come to the realization on your own and kind of have to like self-evaluate your own experience. So I went into the support group feeling very like imposter-y, feeling like, oh, I don't know if I'll be accepted, if they'll, get where I'm coming from. But of course, these were other trans people, so like everyone, shared the experience of being trans, and that was the first time that I had ever seen that. On top of that, that was the first time that I had ever seen, or knowingly seen, trans guys in person who had transitioned, and I was blown away. Like, I was obsessed. I was like, oh my God, they've got muscles, they've got facial hair, like these guys are the real deal. Their voices are so deep. It was everything that I wanted and felt so unattainable at the time. Did your mom accept that you're trans when you first told her? Mine didn't, but she's better now about using my name and pronouns, so that's good. My mom did, but not all of my family did. My dad definitely didn't. And I had other family members that had like a significant problem with it. And all my other family members have come around now. My dad doesn't misgender me to my face. So I guess that's a plus. But I absolutely know what you mean. Of course, some of my other family members that like were the most vocally against me transitioning eventually changed their minds and came around and are now some of the most supportive in my family. So I definitely feel like, um, you know, give people time, try to let them get there and try to help them understand. But I mean, it's not really your place to like it. Just I think it depends on how much you're willing to, like, is it worth you having to be uncomfortable in order to have a relationship with someone who's not showing you the respect that you deserve? And sometimes the answer is yes. Sometimes you gotta like let them be shitty for a bit to come back around. And sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes it's not fucking worth your energy and your time, and you don't owe anyone anything. So I think you got to figure out where you are and how you feel about that person. I love your mullet so much. Thank you for the donation. Let's go. Here's a little bit of mullet check. I think I might cut it soon. I've been thinking about shaving my head. Mayor of Whoville, right down the middle. We'll see. So yeah. Testosterone. My mom and I start going to this support group. I'm 16. And I'm very much like wanting to start T already, because I already knew I wanted to start T. And then meeting trans guys in person in real life, I was like, oh my God, I need it now. Like, bro, let me in. That's how I felt. So the Equality Center referred me to a therapist. And as a minor, my mom had to be there through all the steps of the process. Like, she had to sign off on everything. So they referred me to a therapist who specialized in LGBT care, and he himself was trans. And I'm gonna just, I gotta blow my nose. So give me just a second. I'm gonna actually switch to like a little loading screen. One moment. All right, and we're back. Thought I was buzzing my hair and didn't know how to use a razor. Should have not started in the middle. Oh, see, that's fun though. I think that's cool. I think that's the way to do it. Sweet. Guys with mullets. Yes, thank you. Oh my gosh. We finally have some mullet support in the chat. You would be shocked at the mullet slander I endure on this hell site every fucking day. No, it's not that bad. But a lot of people, the mullet is a polarizing topic. A lot of people get upset. They see the mullet and they start throwing hands. Like, they're mad about it. Stay mad. So, I got an appointment with the therapist. He himself was a trans man, and he was awesome. He was very nice, but the problem is that we had to cancel. We had an appointment with him and then had to cancel it because, like I said, we lived an hour and a half away from the city. And so we were like, scheduling everything around my mom's work schedule as well, because she had to take me to everything because I was a minor. and I can't remember, something came up and we had to reschedule. We had to cancel my appointment like the day of, and I was so devastated. Oh, that was like a huge blow to my morale. It it fucking sucked. Yeah, I remember falling into like a pretty bad depression at that time over it. Like, it was also winter, and like I said, we lived in the middle of nowhere, like to the point where the closest place we could go was Dollar General, and that was still like a 20-minute drive. Like, we lived in the middle of nowhere. We lived on a ranch, where my mom worked, and I went to online school. So I was basically just like home alone in my room for like a week or two at a time in the winter, and then feeling sad that I couldn't get on testosterone, and just kind of like knowing that I wanted to start tea and not being able to, and just feeling dysphoric. So that was a significantly tough time in my life. But you know what? I got over it, and we we ended up being able to reschedule the appointment. Finally got to meet with the therapist, and he was awesome. He was so cool because he was the first like older trans man that I had ever met. He wasn't like an old man, but he was like all of the trans men that I met at the support group were like in their early 20s probably. Like, everybody was in their 20s. Whereas this was an adult man who was a therapist, and he was like, I don't know how old he was, probably late 50s. And he just looked so great. Like, I remember his hands were so thick and hairy. And I was like, oh my God, like, that's so cool. I want those thick, hairy hands. Like, but I went into, I was super nervous going to my referral for tea, because one, it felt like everything was taking forever already, and I didn't want to seem like I was too eager, like I was trying to trick him or anything. It felt very imposter-y. Like, I felt like an imposter the whole time, even though I knew this is what I wanted, like, this is what I need. I just don't know if other people can see in me what I feel in myself, because so far I'm the only person who's been able to really see it. And but anyways, next I talked to him. He asked me all the basic questions. I think one of the things with feeling like an imposter, especially at this time, when there was not a ton of information about how to start tea or what the process is like, it's like, if you get to the point where you are scheduled to see the psychiatrist, not to say, hey, maybe I'm questioning my gender, maybe something's going on, but to say, look at me and listen. I'm a trans man. I've been living as a guy. I've come out to my family. I want to start tea. This is what I'm doing. This is what I want. This is what I know is going on. Then it's like, yeah, if you get to that point back then, and I mean, even now, like, if you get to that point, then chances are, like, you're not just doing this on a whim. But I was nervous because I knew that a lot of trans people who were getting referrals for hormones would have to like wait. They'd have to wait and live as, I'd have to live as a guy for a year before I'd get the referral. But luckily he didn't do that. And I had already been out and living as a guy for months at that point. So I got my referral from the first appointment, which was super exciting. And then I can't remember what happened. Like, it was right around the holidays, and we were also moving. So the point from getting my referral to actually going to the doctor took like 2 months, and I was freaking out. But finally, we got the appointment with the doctor, and she, again, it was in the city, and she was the one that the quality center referred us to. Um, and my mom went to, went to the appointment with me. So yeah, I had my tea appointment. Like, finally. This was like I said, the process of getting on tea felt so long and just so impossible. Also, because I get very intimidated by anything that's like, if I gotta file paperwork or call someone, like, if this is gonna take multiple steps for me to do something, it feels impossible. So the thought of getting on tea just completely felt unattainable. But it wasn't. It was actually very, very attainable. It was just scary trying to do the unknown and feeling like I needed to basically get, other people's permission to transition. Like, that was tough. But we go to the tea doctor. I'm so stoked. She calls us back, and she starts talking to me and my mom. She explains the process of tea, all the changes we can expect, side effects, and then my mom signs the consent form. They take me to do blood work. We come back and she's like, okay, do you want to go ahead and do your first shot? And I was like, what? Like, here? Like, today? Now? I was so expecting this to be the first appointment in a series of appointments, especially since they were doing blood work and stuff. I thought, we're going to have to wait a minute to see if I can actually do this. No, I was good to go. And I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do it now. And so the video that I have in a lot of my transition videos of me getting my first tea shot at the doctor is from then. They come in and they've got it like in their hand, the little thing, and they're pulling it up. And then they're showing me how to do it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so surreal. Like, I'm really doing this. I'm finally here. Like, it's happening. I have it. The tea doctor. That's right. It was crazy. Next, we went to the pharmacy and I got my first vial of tea. And I was like, oh my God, I'm actually freaking on testosterone. This is nuts. And then, of course, I've documented my transition on YouTube since. So, year by year, you can definitely go and see the physical changes. Epic. It was epic, yeah. Oh, it was good. I've been missing the chat a bit because I've been chatting to you. Just running my mouth, huh? Mullet Man, that's me. Ty and Billy Ray Cyrus, the kings of mullet. The kings of the mullet. That's so true. Wow, you're even more middle of nowhere than I am, Rip. Luckily, we're not there anymore. No. We're still pretty far out, but not like that. You got him. The setbacks that felt so huge at the time, but we luckily pulled through. Congrats on 10 years. I just celebrated 10 years last November. Yo, Tai G. Let's fucking go. That's so true. Like, it felt like the end of the world every time something went wrong. But then it all went right, Do you do intramuscular or sub-Q shots? So I've gone back and forth, and right now what I'm doing is I basically use a sub-Q needle, but it's in my hip. And so instead of doing the shot in my stomach, so it's like sometimes it might be intramuscular depending on the angle. Like, I think it's still sub-Q, but it feels intramuscular. I know that sounds so sketchy. But yeah, pretty much sub-Q. Ads will run for some viewers. Oh, okay. My first consult for starting HRT is next month. Can't come soon enough. Congratulations. I know that feeling though, if you're just like, can it be tomorrow though? Documenting it all turned out to be a public service too. So inspiring. Thank you so much. Lindsay Tolles, that's so kind. I appreciate that. Yeah, I made yearly testosterone updates for 6 years. And then I said, I'm going to stop and I'll be back when I hit 10 years. And it's been 10 fucking years, bro. Are you shitting me? Are you for real right now? That's nuts. Sir. No! It went outside the box. I gotta update this. Okay. Great. Oh, great. All right, let's do that. Does that work? Yeah. All right. Current topic, physical changes. I'm doing a physical changes TLDR because I am not, there's no need for me to go through year by year everything when, let's be real, most of us have seen it, or most of us already know, you know, how that all works. So thankful for you sharing your journey, brother. I'm so proud of you always and always have been. Oh, Caden, you're so sweet. Always be grateful for our friendship. You are lovely. Like I said, I like your vibe. Sub Q was so great. Honestly, the hair on the back of my hands was so exciting when it started like 5 years in. I absolutely love having this. Christy thinks this is so funny because it's like this random really long patch of hair on the side of my hands. But I love it. I feel like a werewolf. I feel hairy. And I love that. It ain't just nuts, it's D's nuts. Thank you, Bella, for the inspirational quote in the chat. So, physical changes, TLDR. I got super hairy, obviously. Hair everywhere. I mean, my chest is very hairy. I went to visit my sister in Bulgaria last year in the summer, and we were walking around the mall, and I had on a tank top, and I asked her, I was like, listen, I'm feeling really weird about my chest right now. Everyone is staring at my chest. Be honest with me. Does it look noticeably like big? Do I need to go get a different shirt? And she looked at my chest and she was like, no, I think it's the huge patch of hair that's sticking out. Like, they're not used to doing that. They're not used to seeing that thing here. I think people generally groom that. And I was like, okay, thank God. Thank God they're just staring at my chest hair. And like, you know, maybe judging the amount of ungroomed hair that I have and not judging the size of my chest. Excuse me. So hair is real. We always talk about the butt hair. Why is it so blurry? Because I'm super zoomed in. What if I do this? No, that's not better. I could do this one and just be really far and up in the corner. But then I don't have anything here in the rest of the screen. So, rip. So, I got very hairy. Butt hair. We always talk about the butt hair, but it's true. My voice dropped a lot. Christy was even saying the other day that she's surprised that my voice dropped the amount it did because I actually had a bit of a high voice before tea. So I don't know. I mean, I lucked out on that one. I'm grateful that it is where it is. MoCam, $10. Thank you for the $10 donation. Let's go. Congrats, Ty, on 10 years. I'm hoping I can start testosterone this year, but I'm still struggling since I live with family currently, and some don't have fond opinions about trans people. I know the feeling. But I'm glad that, you have a way forward, and you know that, like, it's hopefully gonna happen this year, and yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations, and thank you so much for the donation. Laughing with mom about that hair tuft sticking out of your shirt. Is this Cassie on my mom's account? It's so true. It was I was so worried, and then it was actually just my fucking hairy ass chest that everyone was staring at, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, they can judge me for that. That's actually totally cool with me, but not the other thing. Also, physical changes TLDR. I've gained 50 pounds since I started T. Tuft. Yeah. Okay, cool. Hi, Sist. Thanks for hanging out. I call my sister Sist, so that's where that came from. So, oh yeah, I've gained 50 pounds overall over the last 10 years of being pre-T to now. So that's pretty intense. Like, I forget how small I was before T. I'm obviously still not big, but 50 pounds bigger than I was, I tell you that. So that's the story on that. I literally can't think of any other physical changes. I mean, my body shape changed, but the main stuff, I think we hit it. So let's talk about fitness. And the next topic will be dysphoria. Da, 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 da. We love it. I've just lined up some stuff that I wanted to cover so that this wasn't completely just all over the place. Muscle. Hell yeah. 50 pounds, is it muscle? It's not all muscle, no, definitely. Definitely a little bit of this, a little bit of that going on. Did I get taller on T? I don't think so. I think that I might have gotten a little taller because I started at 16 and still then like grew a little bit, but I don't know. Won't let me send a super chat. Rip. Damn. Did your smell change at all? I feel like mine has changed a couple times. Yeah, I believe so. I have a musk. It's not like an offensive odor, but it's definitely different. I think it's cool. How long did it take for body comp to finish? I think that like about 4 years. After 4 years, I don't notice. I haven't seen any noticeable like difference in my body, other than just how I fluctuated in weight from other things. But I think that the fat distribution in my body shape after 4 years wasn't like noticeably different. Six one, yeah, we're 6'1". Does T make you taller? Not necessarily, no. So if you're done growing, then it won't. But I think that if you're still growing, it can. It's been a long time since I've looked into that, so I don't know for sure. I almost wish I'd stayed on T because I have such a feminine figure, or so it seems to me. I could just be overthinking. Chances are you're probably overthinking. Like, I feel that way all the time, and then I look at like pictures and stuff or like a video, and I'm like, oh, it's like I don't look anywhere near the way that I feel like I do. So it's reassuring. 14 months on T, not much change with me. My voice has barely changed. Well, if it makes you feel any better, because I still watch testosterone updates and transition stuff, like especially on TikTok. Those are always recommended to me on TikTok. I saw this guy who had like virtually no change for like a year and a half, and then his voice just dropped, and now it's like deeper than mine. And I was like, what the fuck? So it can happen. I mean, you might just be building up to something. Could be your levels, maybe get those checked, but don't write it off just yet, because you can have. I think you could be a late bloomer. Yeah. Started T after I stopped growing and gained the 1 centimeter in height. So whatever growth you can get on T after that is very minimal. What's the lore behind T? The lore is that you start T, you get hairy, your voice drops, you get muscular. Among other things, you get this, your body changes. When you get to a certain testosterone level, your body begins to change. Did everybody see this, by the way? I know we have a lot of viewers who weren't in here at the beginning. Christy made me this, a 10 years on testosterone cake that I can't pick up because we've cut into it now, with the cake being 10 and then this being years on testosterone. So sweet. Love that gal. I'm going to marry her someday, I swear. Psych, we're already married. Can you explain why there are 200 viewers but only 40 likes? I think it's a conspiracy. I think you're right. What the fuck is going on? Smash that like. I feel and look bigger, but it's just muscle and the fact that I stand up more straight. Yeah, I think fixing your posture can make a really big difference. Already married, you dunce. That's right, Krusty. Ren, thank you for the kind words. There are more than 40 likes. Refresh the video. Oh, that was somebody else's comment. So I don't know. I don't know the numbers. All right. I see 95 likes. Let's go. Can we get that to 10,000? Let's try. My God. I forgot I had cake. Try not to chew super loud into the mic. I hate chewing sounds, so I'm sure you do too, because we're just alike. All right, next topic. I see 220 likes. Damn, let's go. Wow. Y'all are fucking it up. Let's go. Boom. Cake. Hell yeah. Look at how pretty with the blueberries. My wife made it for me. Sir, fitness. Let's play some music again. I think I can handle it now. Lo-fi hip-hop beats to stream about 10 years on testosterone too. Perfect. Professional Dumpster Fire, thank you for the 10 euros. Wow. Is the wow coming through for you guys? Are you hearing that? I think so. It appears to be. All appears to be in order. Oh. Here's the music. No elevator music, please. Is this elevator music?
That's so many miles.
What, babe?
There's a lag. Yes, there's a lot of miles.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Wow. All right. Fitness. No, we haven't talked about that. So, one thing you might know, partially why I gained 50 pounds throughout my transition, is that I focused a lot on fitness. And, I got really into going to the gym. There was even a point a few years ago when I was going through the process of getting certified as a personal trainer with the intention of coaching trans guys online. I didn't end up going through with that one for a few reasons. Basically, a lot of the stuff with me in the gym is that I get hurt a lot. Like, I got in a wreck when I first started my transition, which hurt my back. And so that flares up, usually a couple times a year. I also, like, my finger exploded. This last year I hurt my wrist, and that took me out of the gym. And I've tried to go back into the gym a few times since then, but I haven't been ready yet. I've just ended up hurting myself worse. But I've been going to physical therapy now, and I've been able to do home workouts with weights. So hopefully soon I'll actually be able to go to the gym again. It's hard because the cycle of, getting hurt or having some big life change is that I get out of the gym for a while and then go back having lost progress and feeling like, just discouraged by the whole thing. So staying consistent in the gym in a healthy way has been something that I've, not done super well long term. But I love fitness, and I think that Define exploded. Your finger exploded. I know. Oh my gosh, the whole chat is like, yeah, I shouldn't have just brushed past that one, huh? Basically, I was working on a car. Let's see if you can see it. You can definitely tell that it's fucked up. Can you guess which one it is? I was working on a car and the suspension was flipped. Like it was lowered instead of raised. And so I took off like the spring. And when I did, it collapsed and my finger got smashed between the frame. And then I immediately, instinctively, reflexively went like this. And then, what do you know, that part of my finger is not really there anymore. Definitely not the way it used to be. So they had to reconstruct it. They thought they were going to have to amputate it, but it made a full recovery. And when I was in the hospital and I was all loopy, they had me on all this pain meds and shit. And I was like, that's my wife's favorite finger, doc. Like, you can't take that from her. I wasn't married at the time, but I was telling him that's my wife's favorite finger. I was like 19. Like, what a... Oh, yeah, I was a weird kid. But it's fine. I mean, you could see the lumpiness. It was really fucked up looking. Like, I won't get into too much detail, but when I say exploded, I literally mean that. But yeah, that's one of the things. And then I've had surgery on my nose, just different medical things that have taken me out of the gym for months at a time. And then I try to go back and then I'm like, shit. But that's okay. Hopefully I'll be able to go back soon. I've been in physical therapy. I'm just glad to not be in constant pain because like the last year, this shit, I thought this was never going to go away. Bella asked Christy if it's still her favorite finger. Good Lord. Y'all. All right, Bella, you've lost mod privileges. No, I'm kidding. You don't have to answer that. Thank you. Oh my God, Jazza, hello. Just another Brit at a tea party here to lurk and troll. Happy 10 years. You're so sweet. Aw. Jazza's here. We love you. We love you. You have a home gym, don't you, Ty? I did have a rack, like a half rack that I could squat and bench with, and some dumbbells. All of that is in storage. We had to move. We had to flee our home last year. We had a big thing. My neighbor pulled a gun on us over a trash can because he thought we put our trash can in his yard, and so he wanted to shoot us. Fucking let's go, Arkansas. So we had to leave and put most of our stuff in storage. We're safe now. But yeah, so I don't have a place for the home gym anymore. Was it a nice rack? It was a great rack. So that was that. But now we're good. Like, everything's good. And we're planning on moving again soon. We're in the process of like we're leaving at the end of the month to hopefully go and sign a lease. We're moving across the country, so it's gonna be a big fucking deal. My God. You have dad lore. Thank you. Neighbors are crazy. Yeah, they were crazy. They got arrested. And then they had, it got even crazier. After the guy got arrested, the wife then put the trash can that they were so mad about that they pulled a gun on us, took that trash can, put it back in her yard, called the cops, and said that we were harassing her. Pointed a camera at our house from their window, and then we were like, we're getting the fuck out of here. These people are obviously insane. We got all our stuff out of there. Well, we put up cameras first, and then left to an Airbnb, and then would go over there and move our stuff out when we could, when like we were pretty sure they wouldn't be home. And then we started seeing on our cameras every freaking night this dude's family, like his brother or something, looked just like him, but obviously the guy was in jail, coming onto our property, taking pictures of our car, walking around our house, like over where the trash can originally was, standing there by it, standing at our front door, but not knocking on the door, just standing there looking around, just creeping around our property, looking at the cameras too, so knowing that obviously he's on camera, and just kind of loitering around, standing around on our property. Super fucking weird. We were like, okay, we made the right call on getting the fuck out of here. I'm getting a little toasty. I'm getting all worked up from talking about that guy. So that's what happened. Sounds like the South. Yep, that's Arkansas for you. I'm getting murder vibes. I know, we were like almost true crime famous. Not really what I want to have happen to us, though. So the fact that you had to uproot your life instead of them is so infuriating. It truly is, yeah. Because it was hard. I mean, like, we didn't have a place to live for like 2 months. Oh, shit. Sorry, there's a tag on this. I was just feeling like, what is on me? How did I not notice that before? It's huge. Like, I really didn't notice. New creepypasta just dropped. Yeah, it was nuts. So, since then we've been in a different place, obviously. And the plan is to now move to New Mexico. That's what we're going for. That's what we're so excited to do. Are you going to a sane part of the country? It's hard to say. I mean, the crime rate there is like per capita extremely high, like one of the highest crime rates in the United States of any city. But also, you know, it's like if you don't, it depends on how you interact with the world around you. If you're safe and, you know, you're not involved in like gang activities, or you're not going to certain parts of the play. Yeah, it's just about knowing how to stay safe in an area like that. And it's like we already had a fucking gun pulled on us. Here, that's not even the first time. That is literally not the first time we've had a gun pulled on us here. And if we stuck around, it probably wouldn't be the last. So, yeah. The other time we were at a theme park, it was like a closed down theme park. This really weird, they had like these super weird, uncanny dinosaur statues. And it was closed down, so allegedly we may or may not have been on the property, and someone rolls up, pulls out a gun, says you guys need to leave, and we do. But there's also an argument for, I think it's called attractive nuisance, where like if people are on your property because you have some big fucking thing there that brings people to your property, then you're not, they're like, you are the one responsible for that. So it's like if you have a theme park on your fucking property, you can't really shoot people for going there to look at it. Alright, I'm gonna head out. Krusty, you're leaving?
It's hard to hear about a lot of stuff that's still traumatic.
Oh,
Sorry.
she's triggered.
I was not being serious.
Yeah, I mean, it does suck to talk about that stuff, to be honest. It was a bad time. Feels bad, man. So, anyways, now we're here and we're moving to New Mexico at the end of the month. We're going over there and we're looking for a place. I like to think of myself as an attractive nuisance. Jazz, that is the exact way I would describe you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, you're not a nuisance. So that is the story on that. Now, fitness, obviously I wasn't talking about fitness, whoops. But I'm going to move on to the next planned topic of the night. That is dysphoria. And then we'll do a Q&A. It's hot. Let me go situate the heat. Let me be clear. I'm going to be right back, all right? Guess what I have? I've got my little man. Look at this guy. Oh my god, it's a baby. He's such a sweet baby. There's a cake in his spot. Oh no. You want to come move the cake so Tikva can sit in this spot? He's so sweet. A puppy, yeah. I got my puppy. He's a cat. you want to be here? This is where he likes to hang out with me, but I don't know if he's in the mood right now. No, he wants to leave. But you got to see him. And that's very special. His name is Binks. We call him Binkman. Or Tinkman. Or little baby man. He is very mysterious. Spicy puppy. It's so true. He looks like Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Yes. He's so sweet. He's such a cuddly cat. I woke up the other day and he was cuddling me and I was like, oh my God, we're so lucky. We don't deserve him. All right. Dysphoria. Jesse Binkman. Thackeray Binks, that's right. From that movie, Hocus Pocus. Hey, it's just a bunch of hocus pocus. Oh my gosh, he's crazy. We're upstairs and he goes on the edge of like there's like I don't know how to describe it. What is that? We have like a loft and then there's like an overlook thing with like a railing and he jumps up on the railing and it's like, hello, that's like a 20-foot fall if you fall off of there, bro. What about dat for you? Get a big jar for him to sit in. I bet if I have a box, if I put that up there, I think he'd get in it. Let's do that. I'll be right back with the box. Come here. I don't think he wants to. Oh shit.
Oh. He's cuddly.
He's being cuddly.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Winkle Man.
Very good. He just wants to be held.
Oh my God.
Nope.
Nope. See, now he's in the box.
He's in the box.
He's in the box. But I just had my address on it, so I gotta make sure that's not... I don't really know what the fuck to do about that. Actually, I need to do something about that. I'll be right back. Okay. My address wasn't showing. Yay, I didn't dox myself. Woo! Let's go. Pretty cool spaceship, huh? I'm glad y'all like it. I picked it out myself. So, I like that a lot. I didn't make it, I bought it. I bought a video of a spaceship specifically for this stream, so I'm really glad you guys like it. Sounds weird when you put it that way. I like the vibe. Camera quality has been a little blurry, so hopefully the address wasn't actually visible. Yes. That's true. Yeah, the quality, here's the thing. If I were to, let's say, do this, then it wouldn't be so bad. But then now the view is off. The vibes are weird. So in order to get it to like fill the screen, I gotta zoom way in. So that's the story on why it's so blurry. Doxed by a box. Nope, we made it. We did it, Joe. We didn't dox ourselves. That reminds me of another thing that happened around that same time when we had to leave our house that I won't really get into, but I ended up in having my information spread around in some turf Discord channels. That was a bad time. But luckily things are good now. What webcam is that? This is a Logitech something or other. I literally lost the cord. I don't know how this happened because I mean, it's only been a few months since I've used it, but to use my actual Canon, my actual camera, you know, hook it up to my computer, don't know where I put the cord. So I had to do webcam. Oh well. Praise the Blahaj. That's right. We stand. Shid Cowabunga. I love Snoopy. I'm a huge Snoopy fan. Turfs get a life challenge for real. So it was a tough time. I don't like the vibe of that song. All right, Dysphoria. Wait, Julian, thank you so much for the $4.99. Let's go. Let's do this. Hell yeah. Thank you for the super chat. So kind. We appreciate it. I appreciate so much the donations. Those are so nice. That means a lot. Thank you. Praise Blahaj. That's so true. It's pronounced Blowhigh in Swedish. Yeah. But its name is Blahaj. That's just the name of that one. So, Dysphoria, dun dun dun. Throughout my transition, I will say that like my dysphoria has shifted, things have changed. Pre-op life is full of dysphoria. I feel that. I'm also pre-op. Now luckily I do have a small chest, but it's still like, I mean, it's still there, you know. Small ain't nothing. I'll tell you that. Do hairless cats get dysphoria? That's cute. I like that. Oh, that's nice. So, when I started my transition, I have some bullet points about how I felt. Social dysphoria, yeah, so that was my main pain point early on, which was pretty much solved by tea within the first year. So social dysphoria, like, I would say was like 80% of the discomfort and dysphoria I felt came from being perceived as a guy, but also a little bit of physical with that, like the muscles and the beard. I would also sort of count that as social dysphoria, basically appearing in, like I said, being perceived as a guy, as opposed to the more specific physical dysphoria of my chest and bottom dysphoria. So yeah, I'd say it was like 80% social. And that was my main problem. Within a year on T, that was pretty much good to go. So like my overall dysphoria was like 80% better. So I felt great comparatively. Just being on T alone solved so much of my dysphoria problem. But obviously over time, the goalpost has changed. I'm used to now, appearing as a guy and being where I am. Back then this was the goal. Now I've reached this goal and the goalpost has changed. I'm more aware. It's like the hierarchy of needs. Once your need to be having a beard is met, then the next need is like, a flat chest or whatever. So now chest and bottom dysphoria are a lot more noticeable. I mean, they were always there, but they weren't gnawing at me the way that like looking in the mirror and not seeing myself did. But luckily, like I said, I have a small chest and I don't bind, but I still have visible breast tissue and dysphoria about that. As we probably know, I'm very specific with how my shirts fit. I made custom fit shirts because of that. And the size of my chest has fluctuated with my weight over the years. And I'm planning on getting top surgery. Excuse me. Planning on getting top surgery. It's something that I've worked on for a while. I've gotten really close to a few times, but haven't quite gotten there yet. Working on it. I have a bit of tea about that. Yeah, let's talk about that. So I got ghosted by the surgeon who was going to do my top surgery a few years ago. I was in the system. I was literally like scheduling my appointment. I was like 2 months away from having top surgery, and then radio silence. They stopped answering me. I couldn't get through to them. Email, call, nothing. It was fucked. Basically what happened was I had talked with this surgeon. It was one that my buddy had gone to who had a very similar chest. Like we had the same kind of chest, and he went and had keyhole with this surgeon and it looked great. It was perfect. And the surgeon seemed really understanding with everything. I don't know. He gave my friend $1,000 discount just because my friend was paying cash instead of using insurance. So I was like, okay, this guy, he gave my friend $1,000 discount for paying cash. He's probably aware of the barter system. I don't know. But I contacted him and I was like, hey, I think at the time I had 200,000. I was like, I have 200,000 subs on YouTube that are mostly trans. I want to document my transition. Can you give me a discount on my top surgery? Would that be something you'd be interested in if I, promote your, show the process and, promote it to people and tell them where I got my stuff done? Essentially offering to write, produce, and distribute advertising for this guy for a discount. And they got back to me and they were like, yeah, that sounds good. And so then they put me in the system. I sent them pictures. They were like, oh my God, your chest looks great. We're so excited. Would you be able to do this date? And it was 2 months later. And I was like, yeah, totally. And so then I sent it back and I'm like, okay, here's what I was thinking. Can you give me a $2,000 discount for all of this social media advertising work that I'm going to be doing for you? So I would still be paying them $3,000 because it was like $5,000. And then no answer. And I even gave them an outline. I'm like, here's the videos I'm planning on doing, several videos. Here's the Instagram post I'm planning on doing. I mean, it was because, I would be doing updates too. So it ended up being 20 posts that I'm filming, editing, promoting. And then they were like, Nothing. No answer. No, sorry, we can't do that, but you can still have top surgery if you just pay for the whole thing. Literally just nothing. And I was like, this is weird. So I emailed. I'm like, I'm supposed to be having surgery in 2 months, remember? What do we need to figure something else out? Like, I'm fine to work with you on this. This is just, we had already agreed. Top surgery is $10,000 here. It's probably more expensive now. That's probably what it is around here too. I think most of it's like 7,500 around these parts. They fumbled the bag severely. Yeah, exactly. It always feels entitled talking about this stuff where I'm like, they didn't, I wanted a discount. But if you think about if they were, advertising and marketing, like they couldn't produce a local commercial and distribute it to, 10,000 people for less than probably $15,000 or $20,000. Unless they just shot it on their phone. Like they couldn't do a good one. But I had 200,000 people that were directly their customer base. And I was offering to do the whole process for them and still pay them for my surgery. So I was really sad because like I thought I was having my top surgery in 2 months and then never heard back from him. Called up there, couldn't get through to him. It was crazy. And that really fucked me up for a while. Was this place in Arkansas too? No, this place was in Texas. I don't even know if they're still operating. I've talked to a different top surgeon since then who seemed open to also kind of doing that same idea. But then when everything happened, when we had to flee our home, I stopped answering him, unfortunately. And then when I emailed him back, it had been like 2 months and I was like, yo, are we still good? And I haven't heard back. So I got to reach back out to him and see if he still wants to do that. It's just something that like I'm so burned from the first time because I was just sure I was about to have it. Like I had a date and everything. And nope. Didn't happen. They could have been spooked by the exposure given the political environment. Well, that was in 2018. That was kind of before the way things are now. Like, I don't know. So you got ghosted. Yeah, I got ghosted. They should have just declined your offer if they didn't want it. That's true. I mean, the thing is that they had accepted it and put me in the system and got the photos and like I filled out all my intake paperwork and everything. And then I don't know, something changed and they didn't tell me what. RIP. But that's okay. So that's where I am now, and I'm still planning on having top surgery at some point. Hopefully soon. That's still the next step. But yeah, my chest is definitely a source of dysphoria at this point. I also have bottom dysphoria. I made a video a few years back talking about how I don't have bottom dysphoria, and that made a lot of people mad. But I do have bottom dysphoria, just not constantly and not like significantly. Like luckily, it's not something that hinders my day-to-day life, but it is something that obviously like I want a dick and balls, but it's nowhere near like the other types of dysphoria that I've experienced. It's more of a want than a need for me. I think a big part of that is also because, like dating, I think plays into bottom dysphoria. At least it did for me. Christy and I have been together for 10 years. Over the course of the 10 years, we've, been off and on a few times. And during the times when I was single, bottom dysphoria was a lot worse. It was like, oh yeah, this is something I have to think about now. Whereas obviously being with Christy, there's that amount of comfort there. There's the familiarity that's just, she's not worried about it, neither am I. So it's not something I really think about. Other than like packing and stuff, like not having a bulge. I do pack sometimes, and like, in certain, I feel like in gym clothes and stuff, then I feel a little bit uncomfortable if I'm not packing. But Yeah, I think that bottom growth also helps with the bottom dysphoria. Your boy's packing pinky. So I'm good, but I do plan on having bottom surgery at some point. I think that I would like to have like the simple release or, meta. I think the ball implants would be cool. But that's down the line. The next step is definitely top surgery. What are you laughing about? You and Christy are couple goals. Thank you. The ball implants sound cool. That's what I thought. I'm like, I love that. Like, I don't need a lot going on down there. Just something nice for me. just something nice. Just a little something. It's not much, but it's honest work. I've had a lot of bottom growth on T, but I still want the release. Yeah, I feel that. Me too. That'd be cool. Yeah, I think meta would be pretty sick. Someday. So that's where I am with dysphoria. There's other stuff too. The pants, the way the pants fit, the hips, all that jazz. But that honestly eases up so much when I'm actively in the gym. I don't know if my body necessarily changes that much, but like I feel like I perceive myself so much more mask when I know that I'm working out and that I've been active in the gym. So, yeah. We should have a barter bank that matches us when we want surgery. I would love that. I absolutely plan on, doing something like organizing something where people can donate or help. It's just something to help like with the surgeries and stuff. That's something I've always wanted to do. And with binders. The problem with that is that a lot of that, obviously my audience is trans people, and a lot of the people, like, I don't know, the way that it's, how am I trying to say this? Like the financial burden of being trans is there for all trans people. So it's hard to like go to trans people in order to ask them for donations for trans people. Of course, not everyone has the same financial situation, but it feels more effective to do it a little differently. So that's something I've definitely thought about and wanted to figure something out with that. All right. That covers dysphoria. Let's do Q&A. What song is playing? This is called Garabado Lo-Fi. I'll put it in the chat. By Daniel Friedel. All right. So that's the first cue of our Q&A. Hope that helps. How common are the ball implant air pumps? They seem super handy, but the idea of a hard ball squeeze makes me wince. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not sure. Cause that's just not one that I've looked into because I think that's with the phalloplasty. But there are so many different methods and so many different types of surgery. There's a lot of neat stuff. Science is incredible. But I've definitely heard of that. I mean, I've been to talks and stuff where people have had that. It's pretty cool. When did my facial hair start coming in? That was, I mean, I had a few little hairs around, 2 years. I think the beard wasn't fully present until my 3rd year. So I had a passable beard by the end of my 3rd year on T. But I kept facial hair the whole time, even when I just had this fucking 5 little long hairs. I loved it. I really did not give a shit how bad the mustache, the beard, the goatee, how patchy or, wiry or whatever. Didn't matter. I loved it the whole time. So I think that's the thing, is you got to love it and you got to support it, and then it'll come through for you. I have chocolate on my lip. It's hard to tell. That's one thing about the beard. I often have food on my face now without knowing, because I constantly feel the tickle of my mustache. So my brain just ignores the feeling of food on there. And also stuff gets stuck in my mustache. And sometimes my mustache hairs flip up, because they're curly, into my nose and go in my nose, and it is the worst feeling ever. So think about that. I don't live with my parents, but I see them once a month. How can I hide the changes of testosterone from them? I honestly have no experience or tips for that, to be honest. I'm sorry that you have to hide your transition from your parents. At a certain point, it's like I don't think you can. What if you pre-record, before the changes start, pre-record a bunch of videos of responses to things they might say and questions that you might ask. Basically make a soundboard of your pre-T voice. And then during conversation, get really good at lip syncing it. And then every time you see them, you just use that, and then they won't know that your voice dropped. That is the best idea that I can come up with. But I'm sorry that you have to hide your transition from your parents. I hope that eventually you can come out to them and, it'll all be chill and good. Years. Congrats, bro. I'm about to hit my 5-year hormone milestone on January 25th. Yay! Congrats to you as well. The mustache hair flip sucks. It's like doing, and then you're like, ah! Waffle. Does HRT transitioning take the same amount of time to show physical changes as cis puberty? I don't know. I think because people's bodies, everyone's so different. I don't know how long puberty takes, but I know that with transition, you got the majority of your changes are going to happen in the first year. And then for me, by about 4 years in, after 4 years, nothing really changed. But the first year was the biggest change. And then 2 and 3, I slowly changed. And then by year 4, that's pretty much how I stayed. IRL soundboard seems like the perfect idea. Thank you. You're welcome. I hope that helps. How has it been 10 years? I remember your year 1 video and discovered Jonathan Young, time isn't a real thing. I know, it just, How has it been 10 years for real? I don't know. What's your favorite change overall since starting tea? I think the beard. The beard is just, it feels like a miracle, you know? Vegan Scholar, thank you so much. Let's go. Thank you for the super chat. Sending to thank you for sharing so much. Trans guy, came out in my 30s. Watching your videos helped me so much with understanding myself, and making my TikTok helped me build a new support circle. How cool. I'll have to check it out. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love the online, community that can be built. It's huge. I have a big announcement I forgot about. I forgot to tell y'all. Speaking of online community, let me get something. Let's see. Let's change the music. Let's change the vibe. Here it is, folks. All right. For the first time in over a decade on YouTube, I have finally settled on a name for my online community, my followers, myself, my friends, and that is the Goose Troop. We are officially the Goose Troop. So subscribe to join the gaggle. 1 like equals 1 honk. Welcome to the Goose Troop. We are all geese here. And you've heard it first. I'm announcing it in my next video, and it's gonna be sick. I've got all these ideas for incredible Goose merch. Obviously, if you've been around for a while, you know that my dog's name is Goose. I love the idea of the goose. Let's go. Oh, here we go. We got the honks in the chat. We got the hype. Honk, honk. The gaggle is real. We are the Goose Troop. Hell yeah. Honk as fuck. Oh, it's so hype. I love it. Oh my god, the goose emojis. Yes. Fuck yeah. I knew you guys would get it. I knew you would. I'm so stoked. So that's the Goose Troop. And the Wild Goose Nation. That's right. I also am working on a new the music's so intense. I'm working on a new thing for my channel. Oh, I'm just gonna say I'm doing a news show called Huge News, and the first episode is gonna come out next week. And it's gonna be fun. We got some good stuff. We got some awesome, really good trans news coming up for the first episode, and it's essentially a news show of the things that I find interesting and relevant. So a lot of it, trans news, maybe a little bit of YouTube drama. Sorry, but I like that shit. Just stuff that I want to talk about that, I don't have the capacity to make a dedicated video about all of the stuff that I want to talk about. But Huge News is going to, be little snippets of all the things that are going on that I want to look at. So Huge News, Goose Troop. Goose Troop, we ride at dawn. That's exactly. This song is called In the Trenches. So that feels fitting for the Goose Troop. I'm working on some Goose Troop merch. I've also been downloading all of these insane 3D scenes and stuff, and these low poly geese to make little animations with. to promote the Goose Troop on my channel. Some really wild out there shit. It's so fun. So I'm really obsessed, and I'm so glad you guys get it. I knew you would. Oh shit, Vegan Scholar, thank you so much. Hype, yes, fuck yeah. Thank you for the super chat. Trans Trench. When did you first discover you were on T? I was really shocked. I woke up the day after I started T and was like, oh my god, I'm on T. And I have been on T ever since then. Thank you. Thank you, Dylan, for asking. Really appreciate that. I'd buy a Goose shirt. Hell yeah. Unopinionated bystander. We be honking. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. That's so kind. I'm stoked. The hype is so real, folks. I love the honks in the chat. I love the Goose Troop. I think we're going to be starting a Goose Troop Discord soon. And, you know, really get our online community communicating. Get us together. Get us in a space where we can goose around. Won't that be fun? You know, we can watch movies on there, play games. So those are the plans for the Goose Troop for 2024. I slipped and fell on a needle myself. Been trans ever since. Gang. Transgander, let's fucking go! You guys are geniuses. You've got the mind of a mastermind. How did you do it? Transgander? Oh my god, write that down. Somebody write that down. Amazing. Recent fan here. I'm not trans myself, but I'm an ally. Let's go, ally in the chat. Thank you so much. Several friends of mine are trans. We love to see it. Thank you. All right, Goose Troop. We're coming up on 2 hours of live streaming. Can you believe? I'm going to wrap it up soon. Do we have any last minute questions, thoughts, prayers, opinions? Transgander is really fucking good. And that's why we love the Goose Troop. Geniuses. Allies rock. That's right. We love an ally. Thank you for your support. I want more trans merch, but I'm poor. I feel that. Let's go, transgenders. Oh, I have another question, and I'm putting this out into the universe for you right now before we leave. If you know anyone who is like a trans person or, you know, gender nonconforming or non-binary or, you know, anything that's not cis, who is like a badass, who does something really cool, could be extreme sports, could be activism, something that you're like, damn, that's awesome. And maybe you are that person. If you are an exceptional, a badass person who does some really cool stuff, could be anything, you know, could be you're very good at an extreme sport. I don't know. Interpret that how you will. If you know a badass trans person who, and all trans people are badass, okay? But I'm talking about someone who does something outside of being trans that would universally be considered a badass thing to do. I'm looking for people like that for a project. All right, I got something cooking up a project in the crock pot, and I'm looking for me. I stay at home and do nothing. So not you, but if you know anyone else, no, I'm just kidding. That's how I am too. Email me, SebastianTylerTurner@gmail.com. Have them email me. Drifting. Do you actually do that, Bella? That's pretty fucking cool. My email is in the description of all my videos. It's on my About page on my YouTube channel. Email me there. Let me know what's going on. I got to go to bed because it's 3 a.m. here, but congrats on your 10 years milestone and 4 months on T, and you're such an inspiration. Love from France. Thank you so much. I don't want to say your name incorrectly, but I appreciate that so much. Thank you for the €5 super chat. That is so kind. So neat. All the way from France. The internet really is a wonder. I mostly eat pasta and sleep, and I'm not trans. Do I count? Nope, but thank you for replying. Trans esports, that could be a thing. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Oh, wait, that's not what I'm doing, but that would be... I do art. Not sure if anyone values that, though. I think that that's a wonderful thing to do. So, email me. I'm an author and do archery. That's fucking cool. I'm looking for the most badass trans people that I can find. And if that's you, reach out. All right. Goose Troop. I'm going to be seeing you next week with huge news. The first episode. Oh, shit. Okay. Before we head out, of course, we got one last thing to do, and we can't forget this. The Tiger. The poem that I read every year when I do my testosterone updates. Looks like we have an ad for some viewers that will end in 45 seconds, so we'll wait for that to be over, and I'm going to look up The Tiger by William Blake. Hey, yeah, it's not that long. I normally just do the first, what is that, the first stanza, the first chunk. I work security, but I'm not really badass. That's still pretty cool. This was such a great experience, and I feel so much better. Oh, wow. I'm so glad to hear that. That's so sweet. Not spectacular, but I'm a drug and alcohol counselor and work with homeless young people in a semi-rural area that are often LGBT plus and disabled. That's awesome. I love that. That is so cool. Yeah, that is exactly what I'm looking for. I love that. Ty the Tiger, who is also a ghost. That's so true. All right, here we go. We're wrapping up the stream with the Tiger, 10 years in. Tiger, tiger, burning bright, in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand, what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain, in the furnace, in what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp, dare its deadly terrors clasp? When the stars threw down their spears, and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? Tiger, tiger, burning bright, in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? Oh, wow. Fuck. That's crazy. Thank you, guys. 10 years. Alrighty. Appreciate you so much. This has been so wonderful. Love you guys. I'm going to be coming at you hot soon with huge news, Goose Troop type shit, Discord stuff. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a wonderful year. Thank you for 10 years of love and support throughout my transition. A perfect 10. That's Exactly. All right. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much. This has been a wonderful stream. Bye.